the Constitution is very elaborate about it. Mr. Speaker, we have very many laws that actually speak to this issue. The Sexual Offences Act 2006, the Prohibition of FGM Act 2011, the Children Act 2016, the Victim Protection Act. Mr. Speaker, we don't have a shortage of law or legal framework, Mr. Speaker. But, Mr. Speaker, what we are seeing more and more daring and glaring sexual offenses against children. We are seeing physical attacks on women and on children. And, Mr. Speaker, the data from the Kenya National Bureau of Statistics is very damning, because 40% of women aged 15 to 49 have experienced some sort of physical violence since age 15. Mr. Speaker, this abuse is not just physical. It's not about hitting. It is not about killing. It is about sexual violence. It is about emotional violence. It is about economic violence. It is about harmful practices, including FGM. It is also, Mr. Speaker, including online GBV, which includes cyber stalking, harassment, and non-consensual sharing of intimate images and videos. Mr. Speaker, even us as women here in this house, Mr. Speaker, I know so many that have gone through it. Blackmail through a partner who has been intimate with you. Mr. Speaker, if we can have women today being paraded in political rallies, like turn around, let us see you behind. Mr. Speaker, in 2025, it is unfortunate, and this is a form of sexual harassment. Mr. Speaker, I want to pick one case, and I know every member in this country has a story on SGBV, has a story on children. Mr. Speaker, we are just speaking about a case in Kangema, some place called Kanorero. A woman murdered 2 children that are born by her, Mr. Speaker, to punish the husband. We have had children who are killed in 2023, September 12. I still remember, Mr. Speaker, a girl from my constituency called Jasmine Joki in Kasambara was gang raped, Mr. Speaker, and was murdered. A 12-year-old coming from school, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this case was not sorted. I asked that question on this floor for over 3-4 times, Mr. Speaker, to get a response. And, Mr. Speaker, one of the issues that we are dealing with and that we must do better is the issue of evidence collection. Mr. Speaker, any SGBV or sexual offense case, when it is mishandled at the source, then we cannot remedy it at the courts or the judiciary system, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, when that girl was raped in my constituency or defiled, the DNA that was collected to help to nail these culprits and these pedophiles, Mr. Speaker, has to be taken to Kisumu for analysis. Mr. Speaker, tell me why we do not have in every county today a DNA diagnostic center as it is, Mr. Speaker. We must walk the talk. The Ministry of Interior must do better. Let us have KEMRI offices in every county. Whenever we need to collaborate DNA, Mr. Speaker, it is done. Because what happens in these cases, Mr. Speaker, when you arrest these people and they are not charged in court or they are charged and released on bail, Mr. Speaker, they go back to the villages and they tell them, what are you going to do? So can we walk the talk as legislators and as leaders, as parents, Mr. Speaker, to actually protect our children and the vulnerable in our community? I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honorable Reda Obo.
Asante Bwana Spika, nami kunipatia hii nafasi nami nichangie. Pia namshukuru, nataka nimpongeze Mheshimiwa Nesula Lesuda kuleta huu mjadala. Kwa hakika ni ukatili kuua kiumbe chochote, lakini ni ukatili zaidi kumuua mwanamke. Maana saa nyingine hawezi kujitetea au yule mtoto kumuua ni ukatili zaidi. Lakini kabla sijaendelea kuzungumza, nataka nirekebishe hapa kwamba imezungumzwa Tana River, kile kisanga ambacho inatembea kwa mitandao, lakini nimehakikisha nimepiga Tana River, nimempigia women rep wa Tana River, amenihakikishia si kwao. Hata kwa hiyo Keopa nimetuma hiyo video, huyo mama akisema ilikuwa akifanya tu mzaha. Lakini mzaha huo wa maisha, kuchukua watoto kuweka ndani kwa mashimo, hakuna mzaha huo. Kwa hivyo si Tana River, nataka niwahakikishie si Tana River. Lakini kokote kule duniani ambaye mtu alifanya kisa kama kile, si sawa alivyofanya. Wanawake hapa Kenya wakipata haya masaibu, Kwangu Lamu Mashariki inakuwa ni shida zaidi pale eneo na wakilisha, kwa sababu kwa changamoto za usafiri inasababisha shida hizi zikawa mara 10 ya yule mtu wa Nairobi anapata. Kwa mfano nitoe mfano pale Basuba, wodi ya Basuba, pahali parahisi mtoto akinajisiwa pale anafaa kulingana na zile kituo cha polisi anafaa kufika kulingana na maeneo yake ni Kiunga, lakini inakuwa kwake ni rahisi aende apitie Hindi, apitie Mokoe, aende paka Lamu, afike Lamu ndio ashtaki. Saa nyingine gharama inakuwa kama 7,500 kuchukua pikipiki kutoka Mangai upitie paka Hindi uende huko, ambapo anaenda county headquarter. Lakini ilikuwa naende Kiunga, lakini kufika Kiunga ni karibu kufika ni karibu, lakini kwa sababu ya usalama au changamoto zingine hawezi fika pale. Sasa unaona mambo mengi yanafanyika, lakini inanyamaziwa chini kwa sababu anaona mimi nimeathirika hivi, kisha tena nitumie 7,500 kisha niende thibitisho ya kuonesha imeshapotea. Yani inakuwa changamoto zaidi. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikuwa naomba sisi hapa, mimi nimeenda paka kwa IG kwamba hii gender based desk iboreshwe. Naomba hapa sisi kina mama tuanzishe sheria ya kuhakikisha kuiweka nguvu ile gender based desk. Kila kituo kuweko na hiyo, na pale ambapo hakuna vituo tutafute mbinu zingine zaidi za kusaidiana. Maana majanga haya yamekuwa ni mingi, mengine yanasikitisha, mengine tunaweza kuyashughulikia, mengine hatuwezi kushughulikia. Na mengine paka viongozi saa nyingine ukisema unaambiwa wewe wanakutishia kwa sababu ni kura sisi tunatafuta. Wanakuambia unaingilia hii kesi na wajua nani yako ndani. So paka viongozi saa nyingine wanachukua hizo nafasi yao ya uongozi wakanajisi au wakatumia wale wanafunzi vibaya. Kwa hivyo hili tatizo liko na ni ukatili, na sehemu zingine zinakuwa na matatizo zaidi. Pia mimi ningeomba sisi kama kina mama au sisi wabunge tulioko hapa Bunge, kama tunaweza pia kuipatia nguvu ile, kuna sijui inaitwaje kwa lugha ya Kiswahili, ile toll number ile 1195. Kuna namba ambayo ni ukiipiga unapata msaada. Saa nyingine tunapiga ukajieleza kwamba nimepata shida fulani, watakupa mawazo lipi la kufanya. Mimi ningeomba kama serikali inaweza ihakikishe imepatia nguvu sana, wapatie kama hata ni mandege, ikue kama ni kitengo kimepangwa cha kuwafikia wale waathiriwa kwa haraka, ingelikuwa vizuri sana. Hiyo 1195 inafanya kazi mzuri, lakini haina nguvu hivyo. Ingepewa nguvu zaidi ikafikia wale wahalifu haraka, tungeweza kusonga mbele. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Honorable Leah Sankaire, the Chair Kiwopa.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. I rise to support the motion and thank my sister, Honorable Naisola, for bringing up the motion. The issue of GBV and femicide has become not only a women issue, but it has become a national issue. It's an issue that needs our holistic approach in dealing with it, because it has become a disaster in our country. Honorable Speaker, it is worrying to hear of the numbers of the reported cases of femicide and gender-based violence. And I can say that even in the reporting, those are just reported cases, because we have thousands and thousands of unreported cases back at our homes and constituencies of gender-based violence and femicide. Honorable Speaker, it is becoming worrying and it's becoming threatening to wake up every day, and especially for the women leaders. Every single morning when you wake up, the first call you receive is of a woman or a girl or a boy that has undergone gender-based violence or has undergone femicide. Mr. Speaker, it's becoming a worrying trend in this country. Women's, children, and everyone's life, especially women and children, are in danger. You don't know who is next. Mr. Speaker, in the last 1 month, I have had to deal with about 4 or 5 cases in my county, which is very unfortunate. One of the cases was a woman who was working in Kiserian town, left her workplace at around 7 p.m., and the following morning, she was found dead in her house, and actually her house half burned. Mr. Speaker, when we were addressing that issue, the following week, another woman also working in Kiserian Market was also found dead in her house. Mr. Speaker, it is becoming unbearable. It is becoming unbearable, and it is wrong that women's lives, the lives of women and our children are in danger, and we need to do something, and we actually need to look into this issue, not just as a women issue, but as a holistic issue. Because where we're heading to as a country, it's becoming a national disaster. I think we should just announce as a national disaster so it can get the attention that it so requires, and actually get the attention that it requires, because it requires a lot of attention. Mr. Speaker, one of the issues that we're actually coming across when facing these cases is that each and every case in Kenya is actually bailable. You find a culprit that has been held in custody, but even the one that is actually being suspected of murder is given bail and goes out again to continue doing the things that they do. Those are the things that we need to change in this house to make sure that a perpetrator suspected of murder cannot be given bail or bond to get out and continue with the act. Mr. Speaker, it's becoming also it's so difficult, especially when we do not have DNA diagnostic centers in every constituency or in every county. And so most of these cases go unreported, and sometimes when you report them, they have to travel 4 kilometers away to go and look for a diagnostic center. Mr. Speaker, I think it's an issue that needs urgent attention. It's an issue that calls for national attention. It's an issue that calls for our judiciary, our police, our leaders, and everyone in this country to start speaking about GBV and look for ways to curb this thing, because it's becoming unbearable. Honorable Speaker, we are also requesting that the gender desks be moved from the police station to hospitals, because most of these cases, when they go to report at the police stations, you find that you have to go to the police station, back and forth to the hospital again, and back to the police station. We request that this gender desk be moved to the hospitals so that it becomes easy for the victims to report and actually be treated at the same time. And so, Mr. Speaker, these are the things that you are calling for reforms, and you are calling to be looked into, so that these victims don't go to the police station, report, and again go to the hospital, where they walk for long distances and even evidence is lost on the way. These are the things that you are calling for, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we also...
Mike. The Honorable Eve Obara.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to contribute to this motion. And at onset, I support the motion, and also thank the mover, Honorable Lesuda, for bringing this very important motion. Mr. Speaker, over the last few months, on the wall of Kewopa, just Kewopa, we have seen cases after cases of women who are either killed or other assaulted, children who are assaulted in various areas. Mr. Speaker, we have also seen harrowing stories across the nation of women and men who have been killed by people who are expected to protect them. Mr. Speaker, recently, there was a case in Busia where a lady was stabbed severally by her husband, and killed in the full view of her child. Mr. Speaker, the husband went further to rape the house girl in the full view of the child again. So you can imagine, you don't even want to imagine what that child is going through at this moment. This is not the only case, Mr. Speaker. We've had cases of women thrown down balconies by men they met through social media. Some of them they are known, some of them they didn't know. And this has been going on for a long, long time, Mr. Speaker. And we have to speak up as women that this matter be addressed seriously by this nation. Mr. Speaker, I support my colleagues that we should have gender-based desks in each and every sub-county, and preferably to be manned by a lady, for the simple reason that women, by nature, are emotionally prepared sometimes to handle some of this or have sympathy to people who have been affected. Mr. Speaker, I come from a rural constituency. Mr. Speaker, we've also had cases of women being killed by men who have inherited them. Mr. Speaker, in one of my forums in the constituency, I asked that the chiefs or the SCCs within the communities should insist on certificates of good conduct from some of these men who just appear from nowhere and they start living within the community. That there must be a certificate and they must say where they've come from, because some of them are even murderers. You remember the case of that lady from in Isili who was killed. Mr. Speaker, I remember the driver had come from Ethiopia and he had killed before coming to Kenya. And when he came to Kenya, he now camouflaged his background to be having been in the army. He was a good man. He was doing all these good things to the family of this lady. What did he do in the end? He killed her. So we must be vigilant as a community, as Kenyans, to make sure that these people who come within our communities must be reported. And if you know somebody who has done that, I'm asking all our people in the communities to make sure that they report them. Mr. Speaker, we should not forget that the border riders, I believe that they are our first line of security, because these people are the ones who know who has come to the community. Is this a visitor? They know all those things. So I believe the police should work very closely with the border riders to be able to root out or to remove these characters from society. Thank you very much. Once again, I support. Thank you.
The Honorable Timothy Torotich.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to contribute on this very important subject. From the onset, Honorable Speaker, I wish to thank the Honorable Isuda for being such a pragmatic leader in this country, to be able to bring such a motion to address this pertinent matter. Honorable Speaker, however, in this country, many people misuse or misinterpret the term gender to mean women. Even in the drafting of our constitution, the way the drafter's mind was to interpret gender to mean women. But be that as it may, Honorable Speaker, the gender that has suffered in this country, insofar as violence is concerned, is the female gender. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, we, as a male or as a man in this country, I wish to condemn femicide and gender-based violence in the strongest terms possible. Honorable Speaker, however, if you look at our Constitution, in particular Article 29 and Article 53, this issue has a foundation in our Constitution. For the avoidance of doubt, Honorable Speaker, Article 29C says that every person has the right to freedom and security of the person, which includes the right not to be subjected to any form of violence. That is Article 29. Honorable Speaker, Article 53 also says that every child has a right has a right to be protected from abuse, neglect, harmful cultural practices, all forms of violence, inhuman treatment, and punishment. Honorable Speaker, therefore, my issue, and I wish to inform my Honorable Lesuda, we have enough legal framework in this country to protect those who are vulnerable. We have our Constitution, we have the Sexual Offences Act, we have the Anti-FGM Act, we have the Children's Act, and so many other enabling legislations in this country. The problem is the implementation. Our implementing agencies are sleeping on the job. When a matter is reported before a police station, when a matter is taken to court, what happens thereafter? So, Honorable Speaker, the problem are the implementing agencies in this country. We have a sufficient legal and institutional framework in this country to address this issue. Honorable Speaker, however, as a House, we must stand up and call out those agencies that do not apply the law effectively, that do not enforce the law appropriately, so that they can be called out and action be taken against those who are not enforcing the law appropriately. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
The Honorable Beatrice Elachi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to support this motion and to thank the Honorable Naisula Lesuda for indeed bringing in a topic at a time when we are facing a lot of challenges, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just this weekend, Purity Momanyi in Kawangware was really battered by the husband. And these were reasons because of economic stress, Mr. Speaker. But you see, Mr. Speaker, this issue of femicide has now, you find that it is so normalized because it's always victim blaming. And you find that it is very difficult sometimes even to face and wonder, what do you do? Because when you go to court, you, like now, I know Purity is in court, it will take a while for her to just find justice in that. So, Speaker, the other thing that you face in the whole issues of gender-based violence is intimate partner violence. And this is the intimate partner relationship, which is very common and a very tough sight when you look at partners, how they are living. It even goes beyond our age, gender and age dynamics are also part of the biggest challenges that we face. But more importantly, the numerous challenges we face now is when now you find the victim and the perpetrator. They are families, they are living together. You'd wish to indeed try and get a solution for them. But because of our cultural norms, again, you find those are barriers that are facing a lot of women in this country. I mean, I looked at the video for Our Lady in Narok. Very serious cultural barriers. But you look at the whole scenario, you find there's a lot to be dealt with, as much as you are moving to see how do we get solutions. And so even as we appreciate, and I want to thank the President, because the President was able to give each woman in this August House resources, Mr. Speaker, to go out there just to create awareness. But I want to also say this. As much as we've created that awareness, you've made people, trust me, Mr. Speaker, there is a lot to be done. A lot to be done. And it is important for us to know that as much...
Honorable Elachi, did
yes,
you say there are resources for awareness?
Well, I wouldn't say there are resources. Well, there are, yes, resources for awareness that were given by government, not the President himself. He was part of those who were advocating that government should see how to support him. And they supported as government. I was just appreciating because he was the advocacy person number one to ensure that those resources have come. But it was from government coffers, not from the President himself and not the President giving. But having said that, and it is one thing that you have seen all women going around, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that we just first create awareness for people to understand the magnitude of this. And this came in when every day you would watch media, the only first statement you'll see is a girl from the university killed in Nakuru, killed in Nairobi, killed in Baringo, killed. I mean, no county today can stand and tall and say they have not seen femicide in their counties. And so we need to go back and ask ourselves, Mr. Speaker, what is this that we have lost from the African context that we had? And so as I support Mr. Speaker, I just want to appreciate and say the police still needs a lot of capacity and strengthening. With those few remarks, I beg to support.
The Honorable Jerusalem Omanyi, you can make it brief so that many members speak to it.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.